morning, cadre. I know what you're thinking. Woo! I didn't have to wait another day for another video. Here's one the next day. So, no particular reason. Trying out a new soap. Kentucky Dave from the Shaving Cadre. Knows that I've got a soap that I really like. That smells just like campfire smoke in the morning. And he tried a West Coast Shaving Campfire and was kind enough to send me a sample. So we got our all lathered up. Got the Sorrentino brush here. I call this one the chess piece because it's so beautiful. So let's just go for it. So it does smell like smoke. Oh man, putting it on your face. Now it's coming out more. So let me show you the other. This is my first West Coast shaving soap I've ever used. I wonder if we need to touch more water in this one. It's also a very new Badger brush, and so it's not really worked in and soft yet. I think I'm scraping some lather off instead of getting a nice thick coat. That looks pretty good. The other one I have is this Razor Master Toivo. It actually has pine tar in it. I've shown this once on a video before. Very dark. Whew, I should not do that when I'm testing. Do not open this. This should have a warning on it, bright yellow label. I love it, but it is intense. And so, excuse me, that's one of the differences in these guys. We're going to be using a Parker variant today. Gorgeous. I love these machined heads with this look where you see right straight through and beautiful. It's a adjustable. I've got it set on 2 with a feather blade. But that's the first noticeable difference between these two soaps is the scent strength. Look at that! Like I didn't open my mouth wide so that you could read the tea leaves in there. Oh, it smells good though. All right, so like I said, this is my first West Coast shaving soap. I'm going to add a little water to the next pass because the first thing I'm noticing is there is no residual. I've never felt this before, so it's like, okay, now I'm going to go back. I flip the razor over and it's like there's nothing. It's like I didn't even put soap on there. It's weird. We'll put some water on the next pass. I have not used this razor for quite a long time. I got it when the illness of razor acquisition disorder hit. I don't think I have a lot of razors. I don't buy a lot of razors, but I just, there's a pass around going on. And talk of modern DEs, and I don't know, it just sounded good. So I got several kind of all around the same time, and this one's just kind of been on the back burner. All right, so let's get a little more water in here. See if we can get some residual going. So the soap, sorry, we'll get there eventually. Hang with me. So it does smell like smoke. Like I said, the biggest difference is the strength. This I would probably say It's a good 4 out of 5. One of the things is it's such a distinctive scent that even if it's a little lower, it's really going to be standing out. But I would say it could be turned up just a touch, but the Razor Master one isn't on the scale. That's like that the one I had from CBL. I think it was the Christmas Memory one, Christmas Memories. It was all cinnamon, and it was a 7 out of 5. I'd say this is the equivalent. The Razor Master one is an equivalent to that. In a smoke scent, it is, like I say, you open the tub and you're going to be smelling that in your bathroom for quite a while. So again, I love the scent, but that intensity just makes it so you really, really need to be in the mood to smell like smoke for a while. This one is a bit more, if it was a wine, it would be more approachable, more in the palate for the everyday man. So it is a smoke scent, but I'd say the difference is, I'm trying to think of how I would classify it, but there's a little touch of sweetness to it, and I think I would say the closest I could come to is a little bit of a tobacco note. I'm just putting a little bit more water actually in my lather this time. So you get the smoke, and tobacco can kind of have a bit of a sweet, in terms of how leather is sweet note. Whereas the Razor Master soap is just, I don't want to say acrid because it's not the bad smelling smoke, but it's that smoke that just, and if it was in real life, smoke from a campfire, it's that scent that you know you're going to be taking home with you on your clothes. This one is that with just a touch of tobacco or something. I know I read the description after I smelled it, and it doesn't say anything about that. It just says Campfire. So the other weird thought I had is Campfire, but just 5 feet over there is a picnic table with hot dogs sitting on them. Which, you know, I guess the two aren't that far apart. Leather, smoked meat thing. In terms of performance though, yeah, when I rinsed off, there was some residual, but it feels like you get one shot at this, and once the lather is visibly gone, you're not going to be doing it many more strokes. There's some cats making noise out there. So this is a soap that I might buy based on the scent, just because it is, I mean, I didn't know this was out there until I saw Dave use it, so maybe there are more Campfire smoke scents. If there are, let me know. He was also very kind to send me a Earl Grey tea sent from grooming department, which I'll be using shortly. Yeah, so and I'm not one to be picky about my post-shave residual. I mean, I tend to add feel it after adding water, and it's awesome with water, but just while I was shaving, like I said, as soon as it was visibly gone, that was it. This feels pretty good though. I mean, this feels slick and interesting, but I don't think, I tried to avoid soaps that I know are not top performers anyway. But this is the first one I can remember that's felt like that. Just kind of like poof. Any slickness is gone right away. You saw yesterday I lost my alum block, so good old Maggards. Brand, this is hefty compared to that other one was like maybe a third of the thickness of this. You forget how big they are when you start out. So to update on yesterday's video, I mentioned this year I'm going for 365 shaves. And I had thought that I was +1 so far. I'm -1, which is what I had thought before. It surprised me when I looked at the numbers and thought I was ahead. I still thought I had one makeup to do, and I do. So we'll see. The world won't change if I don't hit it. I don't go out of my way, but I have enjoyed a few evening shaves just for the enjoyment of shaving. Use something very mild, and just kind of for the experience of enjoying a nice scented soap and a little quiet time. So it may happen. Again, if you haven't seen it before, here's that brush with no soap on it. Just beautiful. So you don't see. I don't know if you can see any grain on the bottom there. It's not just all black. There is a little bit of grain there. That's actually wood. Excuse me, rinse the alum off. Alright, so the last thing I need to talk about was KJ, or a spider on the forums of the shaving cadre. There's Lemon. Posed the question of stunt shaving to the folks on the cadre that do videos. And would we be interested in that? Would we participate? Things like that. One crazy dude, Gear Noir, did a shave with no soap. So we would consider that a stunt shave. We just had Mr. CBL of CBL Soaps shave off his No Shave November beard with an axe and a knife that was made by another cadre member. I'm trying to think. I know that there have been a few other stunt shaves. Some simple thing. Well, you saw that we used the worst blade in the world, or so we think to this point. I think that would be a stunt shave. I thought Gear Noir had done another one. It's passing me. I know that Sinatra Lennon shaved his beard off. He tried to do it with whipping cream, so that would be a stunt shave. So anyway, got the getting low. Look at that, the old 2-in-1. Man, that stuff is just. Not only is this good, it leaves your face nice and tight and kind of sealed up. It's just cool. Bang. So I'm torn on this. So the cadre did a hot pepper challenge where they, there's rules, and the idea was to start at one level of pepper and work your way up and videotape yourself eating these peppers, and for the 10 minutes afterwards, again, mostly for everybody else's entertainment, but it's one of those guy things, well, I dare you to, and some guys still say, okay. I did not do that. I knew it would be torture, and I guess there's limits of what I'll do to entertain other people, and torturing myself is not one. But yet I did that worst blade in the world thing. I bailed on it versus creating bloodshed on the third pass. So I guess would say it depends. He's talked about shaving in the dark. I don't think I would do that because I don't want to, or blindfolded. When I was doing carts, I do that because I do it in the shower, sometimes with no mirror. But then also that it's been so long I don't remember. It could have been before I had the goatee, which would be much easier. You don't have to stop anywhere. But I don't want to kind of go off course and then end up going to work with, you know, a big gash out of my goatee. Otherwise, that would be no big deal. Excuse me. Still morning here. The other one he suggested was shaving with your offhand, so an all left-handed shave. I give that a shot. So it really depends what it is. If it's just kind of like a challenge and how well you can do it. That Sinatra Lennon video even made me wondering, what could you shave with? Could we, you know, or would people be interested in watching? I mean, would they be curious what a pass with mayonnaise is like, or olive oil, or that kind of, I'd be maybe more willing to do that type of thing that isn't intended to cause pain. So that's my answer, KJ. It depends. But I do get that, you know, there's a few of us that watch each other just for the conversation. And sometimes they've even thought, well, I don't want to do a shaving video, I'll just sit down with a rum and coke and we'll chat. But that's pretty much what a lot of this turns out to be. But I get that some people, and you can, if you view your YouTube analytics about halfway through your videos, you're like, I got it, and they tune out, so they're not even hearing this part. But they like to just, they're in to the videos for the new soaps and the new brushes and the new blades and that kind of stuff. And for them, it would be more interesting, and it would be a little bit of entertainment depending on what we pick. So totally not off the table for me. Make up a list. We'll figure out how we'll divide it up if everybody does the same one each time, or picks one out of the hat or whatever. But I appreciate the KJ's thinking about how do we make this more fun and interesting for everybody. Maybe get more people watching, maybe get more people doing videos. If you found me on YouTube, we all hang out at theshavingcadre.com, so that's where most of the comments on the videos are. Appreciate you taking the time, and I'll catch you on the forums.